Okay, what's the racial breakdown on this, right? Because I think a lot of people make the argument that people of color, non-white Americans, have a harder time procuring a photo ID to vote. But even here, take a look here, favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it, 82% of Latino, 76% of black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this: voter ID is not controversial in this country.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at
the SAVE Act?
The SAVE Act, that's exactly what we're talking about.
How?
That is
How
actually going to continue to
How?
disenfranchise
How?
overwhelmingly a lot of people of color.
How?
There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president. If we want to continue.
You haven't said how yet.
Like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bells to get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel and be on the lookout for our new membership program. Let's get into this. How on planet Earth are we arguing about whether or not a person should present identifications while voting in the United States of America in a federal election? I do not understand how people are even questioning this. What person really think that it makes sense for us to do all this other stuff in life with an ID, but no ID when it comes to voting? You have to be trying to do fraud. You ain't nobody crying about having an ID when you go to Publix or somewhere and you want to get a fifth. If black people don't have no problem getting Hennessy with an ID. What are we talking about? You got to get on a plane with ID, get a hotel with ID, Airbnb with ID, go to Costco with an ID. Bro, where do you get stuff without an ID? You can't rent a car without an ID. A lot of times you can't even get into certain places without your identification. But when you vote, we don't need none of that. Let me tell you something real quick, and then we're gonna play the clips. This is what you need to tell your family members who still stuck on stupid. When they go, well, it infringes on people's rights to vote, and it creates unduly barriers, right? Obstructions, where a person's constitutional rights, what they say, shouldn't have no limitations on it. Virtually no limitations, right? Is that what they're saying? Why don't they say the same thing for the Second Amendment? Why are they so okay with you having age restrictions? You got to have IDs. You got to do a federal background check. They want you to now not even be able to own some of these guns. But somehow you're voting, they want no restrictions. But the Second Amendment, which is the amendment that you have the right to keep and bear arms, and the government shall not infringe, they don't have no problem restricting the heck out of you. These people are hypocrites. Let's go. Clip 301. Roll it.
The House also passing the Save America Act, a measure restricting mail-in ballots requiring voter ID at polling places and mandates for proof of citizenship before registering to vote. President Trump talking about the act just moments ago.
It's the Save America Act, and the Democrats are against it. I heard one of them saying, we will stop the Save America Act. No, we're trying to save America. And it has to do with largely voting. And basically, it's got three very simple points. It's got voter ID, photo ID, but voter ID with a photo, right? It's got the confirmation of U.S. citizenship. You have to be a citizen, so you have a vote.
My next guest is the author of that bill, which he says will make elections great again. Joining me now, Republican Congressman of Wisconsin, Brian Stile. Congressman, critics, of this bill say it's a solution in search of a problem, given how incredibly rare voter fraud is. Your response?
I think this is an opportunity to regain Americans' confidence in our elections. It's got two core principles. One, U.S. elections should be for U.S. citizens only, and we confirm citizenship upon registering to vote. And photo identification, to make sure that people are who they say they are. I'm of the belief that this is core common sense principles that we need in our elections across the country. It will increase Americans' confidence in our elections. And we have seen time and again, as we institute common sense election integrity in our elections, confidence goes up, and as a result, more people are likely to participate, and that's a good thing for our democracy.
And one thing, hold on, one second. So on the Save America Act, this is what it says. The bill requires proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. Let me just say this real quick. I believe, and it's kind of hard because you don't want the Democrats to get into place and manipulate this, but when you are voting in a federal election, every state needs to be participating with the same restrictions. It does not make any effing sense that we have a federal election and different states can manipulate the election. What the we talking about? Now, in your own state, if you want your state elections where you don't have people have IDs and nothing, that's fine. But in a federal election where we're doing a joint effort to give a consensus of the American people, it needs to have some parameters. Y'all already killed it. You got to be 21, right? That's what it say. You got to be 21 to get in there. Don't play around. We got the guilty, not guilty. I want y'all to see these reviews, though. Go on and check out the reviews if you think I'm making this up. Go on and look at these reviews. They're absolutely incredible. People are, we can't make this up. These are people that they're drinking the bourbon responsibly, and they're 21 and over, and they're writing reviews. We only got 2 4 stars. And I read the comments, and I'm like, that's a 5-star comment. But anyway, everybody else giving 5 stars, incredible. Go on and give your rating if you already got verdict. Tell us what you think about it. Give us your verdict. All right, love you guys. A real ID showing citizenship, a passport, military ID, a proof of U.S. birth, government issued showing U.S. birth, a government issued ID showing U.S. birth. If you can't get one of these things in 2 to 4 years, yo shouldn't be voting anyway. You too stupid to vote. So you shouldn't vote. If you can't figure out how to get an ID, then what are you doing anyway? You too stupid and you shouldn't vote anyway. There's nobody on planet Earth that's worth a vote that can't figure this out. If you are a citizen, you can't figure this out by the midterms. You can't figure this out by 2026 or 2028. My math is off. You're an idiot, and you got bigger fish to fry than worry about voting. All right, next clip. Well, anyway, we can skip this dumb lady. Just so you know, I'm not saying you can guess it because she's black, that she's stupid. But for some reason, all these black politicians are all completely stupid. So let's go to the next person because you already know she's a stewhead. And here go another dry-haired stewhead. Play this clip of this lady real quick. Roll it.
Republicans are trying to make it harder for you to vote. Let me tell you how. The Save America Act would require your passport or your birth certificate to match your current name in order to be able to vote. If y'all got married and changed your name, your birth certificate would not match your current name. Nearly 69 million women in America.
My wife had to do this. Because when we got married, her name changed. That wasn't that hard. She went to the DMV and said she just had to show a marriage certificate. They changed her name on the ID, and then she went back and registered to vote. They asked her to do the whole register to vote thing because she got a new ID. That took probably 20 minutes. How did we get stupid? We used to be the cream of the crop in America. And now most black people are stupid. Why are you pushing for this, sis? They finna take your vote. You want the Mexicans and the illegals to come in here and have more voting power than your silly butt. And you advocating for it. You can't make this up. Let her finish. 44 seconds. Roll it.
America have a birth certificate that does not match their current name. And therefore, 69 million American women would no longer be eligible to vote.
So you're saying they're too stupid to go get their ID changed like my wife did. What are you saying? These people are fear-mongering. 69 million women don't even vote anyway. Only half of the people in America vote. But if all 69 of those women want to vote, then if they can't figure it out, they're too stupid to vote anyway. Go to your local DMV. You got several months before the midterm. Go in there, show your marriage certificate, or go in there, show your birth certificate. If you don't have your birth certificate, go to the state or the county that you were born in and request a birth certificate, you idiots. Give it a week or two, they'll have your birth certificate where they mail it to you. Or you can go physically down there and they'll get to you a temporary one until they send you a real birth certificate. That take 2-3 days. Week at most. What are y'all saying? Let her finish. I swear I'm going to be done. I got 13 minutes.
These guys say that the Save America Act is needed to prevent undocumented immigrants from voting, but y'all already know that that is not a thing. What this really is, it's a voter suppression bill to keep lawfully voting American citizens from being able to exercise their foundational right to vote. I'm obviously voting no, but I just want you guys to know that this is serious and it's happening right now, ahead of the critical.
As you know, she didn't explain why would that be a tactic. Voter suppression suppressed who? If it's just generic voter suppression because the average person, are you trying to say most Democrats are too stupid to get an ID? Because if you're talking about married women, both Republican and Democrat women are getting married and their names are changing if they get a divorce or they get married. What are you saying? Barack Obama put his ugly head in there. He probably about as dumb as that monkey he was portrayed at in that meme. Republicans are still trying to pass the SAVE Act, a bill that will make it harder to vote and disenfranchise millions of Americans. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. Bro, if you ain't got an ID at this point after 3 elections that have been the most tumultuous elections in U.S. history, you're a stew. All right, come on. Scott Jennings finna whoop these women, or not just women. There's mostly dumb women on there, but he finna whoop them like they got an F on their report card. Or for some of y'all that grew up back when you get whoopings, you get citizenship, you got an N on your report card. Because I got tore up from the flow up when I got the N, and I shamed my teacher. When my daddy was coming to school, I cried like a baby. And then when I came back with the whips on my back, I looked her in the eyes like, you did this to me. You should have just gave me an S. You gave me an N. But I tell you what, that whooping changed my life. I never got an N again. I was an E-citizen. All right, I had E-citizenship. Roll the clip.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at the SAVE Act, that's exactly
while y'all
what
listen
we're
to this, I want you to pay attention. The dumbest people in the room are the black people. Why? What happened to our ancestors? The dumbest, they got 3 Negroids on the show completely stupid. Why can't a black person see it in? Get somebody else on here so people don't think we just completely stupid. Why is all the black people stupid? Watch it. Watch it. Don't believe me. Watch it.
Talking about that is actually going to continue to disenfranchise overwhelmingly a lot of people of color. There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0. So this is the same president. If we want to continue,
you haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making people have. That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID, the reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country. And it's going.
Time out. The same dumb Negroids won't say nothing about the Second Amendment. With you having a buy suppressor license, you got to go. If you don't have a CCW, you got to go in there and wait. I don't know how long. Sometimes California, you got a holding period. Y'all putting out. You got to have an ID. You got to have an ID to observe your Second Amendment rights. What? But y'all cool with that. But you saying we shouldn't have no ID to vote? Y'all, come on. That's why y'all Negroids ain't gonna have no chance at having a voice in America because you're too stupid. If you had any sense with all that perm you put in your hair to make your hair look like white women hair, if you had any sense, you would realize this is an okie doke on you. Because when all these illegals vote, your vote gets suppressed. Sis, it's only so many black people left, and half of them ain't voting, but y'all gonna let the illegals get in there, and they become the majority minority. And what's gonna happen is they want Bad Bunny to sing on a thing in Spanish during Black History Month. They don't want y'all no more, sis. They can't use you. They want El Gadado, Espinado. They want to speak Spanish. And y'all dumb, ignorant fools, which is spitting in the face of our ancestors, are just lockstep, throwing your own people out to allow illegals to vote in the election. Roll the clip.
Going to disenfranchise black voters.
Concern you that you're making all these claims? You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote. 80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters are too dumb to know what's good for them? I mean, it sounds pretty
Hold on, time out. I want to say this. I want y'all to know, I'm not talking about all black people. I'm talking about the Negroids. When I say the Negroids, it's the dumb ones. The ones that are willful, ignorant fools that's being used by Democrats to screw us. They always pick the leaders in the front-facing black folks and get the stupidest ones out there to try to lead policy and make us look like idiots. Most black people know that these Mexicans are getting in this election and these illegals are voting and they're taking the voting power from the black community. You already see that they get these people into the black community in schools that were shut down because the city failed the black community, and they put the illegals in there and they pay them every month and give them a free cell phone and give them all you can eat. And they give them licenses and citizenship. They out here working with no ID. They out here driving 18-wheelers and got CDLs. And black people ain't got no opportunities. Black man get out of jail, he can't get a job. Why? Because he had a felony. Illegal alien coming to this country illegally, which is a crime. And he on after doing long work, they getting ID, they voting. What? Come on, I'm finna be done. I want you to join me on February the 25th at Longbow Golf Course. It is a charity event, a charity golf event, and I want you to golf with your boy. It's been a blast. The only time I've ever golfed has been at this golf tournament. And this year, we are the title sponsors. So that means I'm trying to do it big, all right? Don't make me Tatum look bad. Come golf with your boy. We'll put the link in the description section. I think it's like $200 for an individual, $700 for a foursome. Come out and have a good time. It's all for a good cause. If you run a company, you can actually sponsor a hole, and that's the way you can donate to Save the Storks. And Save the Storks is a tremendous pro-life organization. I've been working with them for probably about 5 years now. We've created a tremendous amount of stork buses all across the country. I literally cut the ribbon on one out there, and I think it was in Dallas, Texas. I don't know if it was in the Arlington, Dallas, Texas area. They can deploy right out there, a medical mobile clinic where young women who are in crisis, when I say crisis meaning unplanned pregnancy, they don't have to go to Planned Parenthood. And we nag and complain about this so often that why nag and complain when we have a solution to the problem, and that is Save the Stork. So come on out, man. Have a good time. We're going to smoke some cigars. We're going to have a blast, bro. It's the funnest thing I'm going to do this whole month. Roll it.
Cindy,
Just to be clear, the SAVE Act is not just about IDs. That's not
who want voter ID.
Just
to be clear, the SAVE Act is not just about IDs. The SAVE Act is about
proof
of citizenship.
So what?
So it doesn't.
It also makes it very hard for married women who've changed
I was just going to say, we've talked about this before.
It's not.
It actually, there's an argument to be made that red state voters, women, poor white voters could be just as.
I know, you think they're dumb too, don't you?
Young
I mean,
voters.
that's the thing.
Nobody
I hear these arguments. I've heard Democrats all week long.
Please don't. No,
Scott is right.
From talking about Donald Trump's racism.
I'm actually
there.
You should be thinking about your constituents or your.
Yeah, I think they're smart enough to figure out how to register to vote.
Hold on. Most Americans don't have a passport. Many Americans don't have access to their birth certificate. Many women, a majority of women who change their names for marriage
listen,
have to provide additional proof that they've changed their legal names in order to register to vote.
Time out. I'm gonna say this. I think we run out of time today. Sorry, guys. Maybe we'll do the shooting on tomorrow morning. I promise you, I'll open the show with the shooting because I got to get my team out of here. Y'all love them too? Okay, they've been here waiting for me all night. So just think about what she's saying in case you share this with your grandma and them. This woman said that you need a passport. You do not need a passport. This woman said, or a birth certificate. Every single human being that has been born in the United States of America has a birth certificate on file. Now, if somehow you don't know where you were born, then you shouldn't be voting anyway. You got bigger stuff that you need to deal with. But for the average human being, American citizen that has been here and been voting and driving cars and getting Hennessy and going to the club, going to concerts and doing everything else you do in America, you can go and use your marriage license to go to the DMV to get your name changed on your ID. You can go down to the county and go online and Google, or you can go online and chat GPT, how do I get my birth certificate? And it'll tell you, you go here and click here and click here. And now the city replacing people anyway, so it's probably all automated. All you gotta do is click this, click that, and then your ID is right there. We set an appointment because I got to get a real ID, which is a money grab. That ain't no different than the other one. So, but I waited forever to do it, and I just used my passport. But I went to get a real ID. It took, 3 minutes. I set an appointment. I went in there. They took an ugly picture of me, and I was mad at it because they could have made me look a little more handsome on my picture. And then they say, here's your paper ID. We'll send you other one in the mail. 3 minutes, I had a new real ID. Real ID, and from my understanding, it's proof of citizenship. What y'all talking about? You going to hell if y'all don't quit playing. You going to hell for fear-mongering people. And y'all only doing this because Donald Trump is in office. Y'all hate that man so much that you become delusional. It's like ICE. Y'all so stupid that you really think ICE out here kidnapping people. Y'all, after this, I'm done with the show. What's wrong with y'all? I was on an airplane today, and I'm just perplexed. I'm like, what's happening to human beings' brains? You can't do 3 seconds of research. You can't take a little bit of time. They got all kind of tools for you. Chat GPT, Gemini, they got all kind of search engines. Google, you can go to Yahoo News. You can do any search. You can ask your mama. You can do all of this, and y'all can't do no research and realize that they didn't detain a 5-year-old, that Megan Good was making bad decisions, that Mr. Purdy was making ugly choices. That's how he got smoked like a brisket, because he want to play with people's lives and interject himself in an ICE arrest. That's how he got killed. Take 3 seconds to look up data and realize they deported 600,000 people. And the only people that you've noticed that been killed by ICE has been 2 people in the same city. Come on, Jesus. Y'all ain't gonna make heaven. I'm just saying, you ain't gonna make it. If you this stupid, you ain't gonna make it. You're causing division and ruining our country because you stupid. You have an obligation to have enough common sense with all this material God done gave you that you should look up something once in a while. Like, I see stuff coming from the right side. And I'm like, that sounds too juicy, man. Let me see if that's true or not. I don't just believe stuff Trump be saying. I don't believe nothing nobody be saying. I like, does that sound right? Does that sound reasonable? Well, no, it don't. Let me look it up then. And if I don't have a conclusive answer, then I just don't talk about it. Is it that hard? You know, I see stuff, Epstein files. He ain't doing it. I'm like, okay, let me look at it and let me not just listen to the Democrat, Republican. They swear to God Trump should be in prison if you listen to the Democrats. Do you listen to Republicans? We harboring pedophiles. And well, is that really the case? Because technically Trump is a pedophile on the file. But then when you look at it, you see somebody that came up and called a hotline and said Donald Trump did this 35 years ago. No sustainable evidence. I just called in and made a report. People could call in and make reports all day long. And y'all read it and go, see, I knew it. Let's look into it a little bit. That's kind of spicy. I'm not willing to say Kesh Patel is covering up pedophiles or Donald Trump. And you have to say all of the Democrats didn't say nothing about Epstein files. It was only us, the Republicans. And y'all don't remember. Let me take you back through memory lane real quick. Team, I promise, 40 seconds. Let me take you back through memory lane. Do you remember when they said, we got a smoking gun? We got proof that Trump, he will be the president 100% come election day. We got people underground rescuing kids right now. Y'all had a dude doing, I was believing that thing. Dude on a chat talking about all this top secret stuff. It was all bull crap. We got this, even on our side, they ain't got no information, man. Ain't nothing happened. We know they rigged that thing, but we didn't have the proof. Just say we did not have the proof. That's it. We didn't have enough proof. The courts wouldn't take it. We didn't have enough proof to put together to prove it. We developed some now, but us who got common sense know they stole it. But you can know it's happening, but you can still not have the proof. That's why it didn't go nowhere in court. Can y'all stop tricking us? Build a wall. Donate here to build a wall. That wall with the chesticles, OnlyFans models, or OnlyFans. The dude that did build a wall with what's his name? The one that looked like he drunk every day. What's his name? Steve Bannon. Y'all don't know that. The dude that worked with Steve Bannon do the build a wall scam, his wife doing OnlyFans. Literally, when I had a radio show, I didn't believe it. I said, let me go look it up. She got an OnlyFans. They supposed to be conservatives. She on OnlyFans showing booty and chest and showing kitty on OnlyFans as a conservative. And yo, build a wall money went to her stuff. That's how conservatives treat y'all.